Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're trying something different this week on how I talk about a game because I can't really talk about it in the traditional sense, or, well, talk about certain things about it anyway. Anyways, last week I talked about how I got sidetracked with Revenge of Yagiri when originally I was going to be playing a game called Dungeon Keeper. And, yeah, I was kind of somewhat scared of playing that game because I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with time wasters. In fact, I was playing Nikkei to procrastinate making this script. And hell, back in high school, I was all over Mabinogi. But you didn't come to talk about my history with, well, games that are massive time sinks. You're here for me to talk about the game. Anyways, the game was made by the Keeper dev, which by the time I'm making this video only has 2 games under their belt. This and Dungeon Raid Her, the spin-off. I haven't gotten to properly playing the spin-off game because, well, I attempted to record the game previously, but it did not work out well. And surprisingly, the game itself is very demanding. In fact, what you're seeing here is the lowest setting. I shit you not. So if you have a PC that can fucking max out Cyberpunk 2077, give this game a try. Can it run Crysis? More like, can it run Postal 2 and this game stably? But yeah, this game is, well, a Dungeon Keeper game, but with a hentai paint job. That's the best way I can describe this game. And if you're already familiar with games like Dungeon Keeper in the first place, which, by the way, is, by the time I'm making the script, it's like $1 right now, and $5 for like the regular price. But again, I'm assuming you played those games before, or games adjacent to Dungeon Keeper, like, for example, I don't know, Farmville. So if you are into that type of stuff, where you build rooms, gather resource, do active resource management, early game, fighting off invaders and all that stuff, then you should feel right at home. And when invaders do come in and do encounter you or any of your servants, the combat is surprisingly a little deep. Not kiddie pool deep, but like inflatable pool kind of deep, you know what I mean? Anyways, there's all kinds of weapons that you can do for yourself and for your servants as well. And I'm pretty sure you're eventually going to get to armor as well, provided if you can either craft or buy it later on. So yeah, that's also pretty nice. And by the time with the invaders, you can either kill them for more experience points or imprison them, bribe them with a bunch of gifts to make them like you, and, well, give them the title of your servants. You can also pick up random servants as well who heard about your status, I guess, and want to be your servant by deliberately, or they have nowhere else to go. And yes, you can do it with some of your female servants or male servants if you pick the female option, the character customization menu, which, by the way, the game, yes, it has a character customization menu. And your children can fight for you. So yes, you can make child soldiers, you psychotic bastards. Child soldiers for the fucking win. Another thing is, if you are going to be playing this game for the first time, unless you're some kind of Dungeon Keeper god, just keep the game at the default class. Otherwise, you are going to get your shit pushed in heavily. I learned that lesson last time. Anyway, yeah. So, unless you're already a fan of these kinds of games, like previously mentioned Dungeon Keeper, which, by the way, the mobile game's retired since 2022. That is, wow. I'm honestly surprised that it even lasted that long in the first place. But I digress. So, yeah. If you're itching for another Dungeon Keeper-like, and you don't mind the hentai paint job, then this game might be for you. Or you're probably one of those guys who don't mind losing track of time when gaming. Again, this game might be for you. And I understand this game is not really meant for people who want to get a move on with certain things. But yeah, in my opinion, it's a good time if you have the mindset for it.
Are you gonna say anything about the graphics?
Well, remember in my Road of a Goddess review when I called the game an early PS2 tech demo? This game looks like a mid to late budget PS2 game. But yeah, if you're still on the fence about it, I'd say give the game a shot. It's free right now. Don't let my rather microscopic sample of the game deter you. And to the dev, I found a bug with the pathfinding. But until then, everyone, good night and good luck, and yeah, I'll see you next week with another review.
If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. If you wish to see Overlord's whereabouts and artwork, be sure to go to his X/Twitter, Pixiv, Blue Sky, or even DeviantArt. If you wish to support the funding for this channel for bigger projects, be sure to commission him through Ko-fi or buy some merch at City Wave Plaza.